Good morning. We are extremely pleased that you're here. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree?
Yes.
You are knowing what you are wanting?
Yes.
Yeah. You believe that what you want is in the process of becoming?
Yes.
We have enjoyed this interaction immensely, because that's it. You want it, you believe it, we're done. You look really good. We'll see you later. That's it, isn't it? The process of life really takes care of everything, because through what you're living, you are coming to your personal decisions about what you prefer, about the more that you would like to experience. And more really is the mantra of the universe, the ever-expanding eternal universe, because without more we would cease to be, and of course that will never be. And the reason that we will not cease to be is because the variety that surrounds you out here on the leading edge keeps producing within you new desires, and those new desires call everything forward. Ooh, the powerful law of attraction is at work at all times. So when a new desire is hatched within you, because of the wonderful variety and contrast that you are living, that desire emanates vibrationally. You usually aren't even aware that you've shot off this rocket of desire, but you did. And when you do, in this vibrational universe in which you live, the vibrational being that you are, you've launched this vibrational asking, and immediately law of attraction begins to assemble all of the cooperative components to that desire that you have launched. The way we have been describing it to you so that you can really get a sense of it is that the larger part of you, the part from which you have come, the you that existed before you existed in your physical body, sometimes you call that the soul of you or the source of you. We've been calling it the inner being of you. That part of you who was very clear in your intentions as you made the decision to come forth into this physical body still exists in the non-physical realm. In other words, that vibrational source of you still exists. It is a consciousness that still exists. Not only does it exist, it is expanding with every desire that you hatch from your physical format. You sort of see how it works? So a part of you came into this environment, you sift and sort and launch the rockets, and when you do, the larger part of you, the inner being part of you, receives that asking, that request, and knows it completely and instantaneously, and becomes it vibrationally, and holds itself as a steady point of attraction that you then, if you are to be happy, must find your way back to. It's sort of the completing of the cycle. You came into this physical form, you expand, you launch a rocket, the source within you holds the rocket. Law of attraction is calling you back to that. So that's why when we ask you, do you know what you want? And you said yes, rocket launched. The second part's not your work. We've already got that covered. We know what you want. We've become it. We are holding the vibrational countenance of all that you have become steady for you. But when we ask you, do you believe that you can have what you want? And you say yes, then that means you've completed the cycle. You've launched the rocket. You are now holding yourself in the vibrational frequency of it. The question is, do you really believe it? And the answer is, are you happy in its apparent manifested absence? Because that's the rub for all of you. In other words, you are so physically, manifestationally, materialistically, none of these things are bad, actualizationally, see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, touchily, you are so physically focused and wanting to translate your creations through your physical senses, and we want you to. That's why you came. You didn't come to sit in a room and meditate. You didn't come to have out-of-body experiences. You came because you are a creator. You are a brilliant, genius creator. You are a blessed, loved creator. You are on the leading edge of creation, and you came to create. And life constantly causes you to create. You're launching these vibrational rockets, but in order for you to bring it home, in order for you to bring it into full manifestation, you've got to become a vibrational match to what you're asking for, which means you've got to feel good in the asking, even in the currently, seemingly not yet completed version of it. So over time, we've been explaining this to you in a lot of different ways. The primary thing that we began telling you is that step 1, step 2, step 3. Life causes you to do step 1. That's ask. The contrast causes you to ask. That's step 1. Step 2, source takes care of it. What you've asked for is completed vibrationally. It's the precursor to what you know in full manifestation. But step 2 is done. All is gathered for you to have everything you want. Step 3 is you got to become a vibrational match to what you want. You can't say, I want more money, step 1 and step 2, because we've got you covered. Step 1, step 2, done. And then you say, I don't have enough. I've never had enough. I don't know where it's going to come from. It's not here yet. You can't be in vibrational opposition to what you're asking for. And we know you say to us all the time, well, Abraham, how am I supposed to feel good about the things I want before I can see them and hear them and smell them and taste them and touch them? So we go on to explain to you, well, if you will accept that you've launched the rocket and it does exist. So we began talking about the vortex, wrote a whole book about it, waved Esther's arm around, pointed at this invisible thing on the floor. This is the vortex. You want to get in the vortex. That's where all your stuff is. You're very patient with us. Oh, the vortex, the vortex. How do we get in the vortex? How do we get in there? And we say, you got to believe about what's in there. And you say, well, it's hard to believe it because it's not out here where I am. Abraham, I accept that all my fortune is in the vortex, but how do I get it out of the vortex and into the bank? How do I turn these thoughts to things? How do they become manifested? Don't you see me? I am a physical, sensual being. I live in houses and I eat food and I drive cars. I am a person about the tangible, you say to us. I need tangible reality, not airy-fairy vortexual reality. I need reality that I can spend and sleep with and enjoy in all those ways. I want reality. And we say, first you must accept that you are vibrational. And then you must accept that everything is. And you are a translator. You are a translator. You don't know you are. You're so good at it. You don't know you're doing it. What you see is a vibrational translation. What you smell, what you hear, what you feel, what you taste, all vibrational translation. And that's a lot to get your thoughts around because you are perceiving your reality and everyone else is too. And you perceive your reality through the lens of your vibrational frequency. And that's what we want to help you to understand here today. Your emotions are the key to your understanding the vibrational lens or the lens through which you read the vibration of your being. So when we talk about what you want to talk about, which is how to get these things you desire into your actualized reality, we have to talk about your point of attraction, which is what you're doing vibrationally right here and now. You see, you launched a rocket, and the inner being part of you is holding the frequency of that. The inner being part of you has no resistance in its vibration because the inner being part of you has no doubt about you being able to create what you want. But when you have doubt, you are introducing resistance, and you know that feeling of doubt, you know that feeling of disappointment. Negative emotion always means you're not up to speed with the larger part of you, and the larger part of you includes everything that you've become right down to the last rocket that you just launched, you see. So if there's a gap between the vibration of who you really are and the vibration of who you are allowing yourself to be, given the habit of thought that you've got going all day, every day. That's what your beliefs are. Your beliefs are just thoughts you keep thinking. It's a vibration you continue to practice. As you continue to practice the vibration of, I don't have enough, you can't have enough, even though there's way enough in your vortex. But you're not letting it in because you're not allowing yourself to perceive it. So even though your path is coming right to your door and opportunities are around you at all times, it's like you've got your tuner of your radio dial set on a different station, and what you want is on a different station, and you're listening with all your might. You're giving it everything you've got. You're trying. You're offering effort, but it just won't pop for you because you're on the wrong frequency. And the way you know that you're on the wrong frequency is by the way you feel. So in a nutshell, that is what creation is about. Today we want to show you how you can tend to the only thing that is important for you to tend to, which is your point of attraction. Your point of attraction. Your point of attraction right here. What am I, you in your physical body, what am I letting in? There is a path from where you are to where you want to be on every subject, because the source within you knows what you want and knows where you are and knows how to lead you to what you want. And so we call that the path of least resistance, because if you've got resistance going on, you can't see the path. In other words, if you really want something and you're trying so hard to make it happen, the very effort that you are offering is the indicator that you've got the wrong frequency going on, and you just can't see the path. You can see the path of most resistance: work long hours, get too tired, try to get other people to understand what I mean, explain until I think my head's going to explode, need others to see it my way, justify my position, defend my position, rationalize my decision, try. That won't get you to where you want to be, and the path that you're on is miserable in the process. That's the path of most resistance. So when you begin to understand that you are a vibrational being and that you live in a vibrational universe, and you understand the physics of vibration, and you really do, you just sometimes don't know that you do, then you can have a path of ease and flow and fun and clarity and precision. Clarity. Nothing more delicious than to want something and feel yourself in the process of becoming it. So we want to put most of the emphasis on what you're doing with your point of attraction. How you doing vibrationally? Do you have a big wad of resistance all balled up in you? You can tell if you're ornery all the time, or if you're fearful, or if you're angry. That's what that means. But if you are joyful, if you're feeling good, if you feel lighthearted, you remember that lighthearted feeling? You remember being a kid and having a day when nobody was on your case? They didn't even know for sure where you were. And you felt free. You felt free. That lighthearted feeling. Esther used to say to Jerry, let's go get a Coke and pretend like we're on vacation. It's like that feeling of being on vacation, that feeling that nothing needed to be done other than what I am feeling my way to. That's the way you are meant to live every single day. That's the way it's supposed to be all the time. And until it is that way, you're not going to be in a place where you're following your path, and you're going to be working way harder for the crummy little things that you're allowing for yourself, instead of, don't mean to be disrespectful, but really the mediocrity that you put up with. It's stunning. It's stunning how much of what you really want you are denying yourselves of having. Oh, and then you justify, well, I want to be spiritual. I don't want to be materialistic. And we say, then you should have stayed where we are, where nothing manifests. Just think about things. But you're here for manifestation. Manifestation is the most spiritual, perfect part of the creative process. That's why everything that you know as God and source and spirit is focused here with you, out here on the leading edge. And in fact, that is the only reason that you are ever able to ever feel negative emotion, because all this source is focused with you on this path of culmination and creation and cooperation and delicious expansion. And when you deprive yourself of that signal, you feel rotten. And then you assume you're doing something wrong or that you're being denied it. You are not ever being denied anything, but you deny